Yesterday we had the unfortunate news that Dr. Michael Mosley had been confirmed to have been passed away after he went missing for around 5 days on a Greek island where his family, after him going for a walk, could not find him. Now, for anyone that doesn't know who Dr. Michael Mosley is, he is a BBC broadcaster. So Michael Hugh Mosley was born 22nd of March 1957, was a British television journalist, producer, presenter and writer who worked for the BBC from 1985 after medical school. He was a presenter of television programmes on biology and medicine and regularly appeared on The One Show. Mosley had an advocate of intermittent fasting and low carbohydrate diets and wrote books promoting the ketogenic diet. He died whilst on holiday in the Greek islands of Symi on June 2024. Now, it was incredibly unfortunate. I mean, obviously, this story captivated the world when he went missing a few days ago. And people weren't sure what happened. Of course, this guy is a doctor. He's very, he's very savvy. He's very aware of his surroundings and himself. So it was odd that someone like this would just go missing. But after being missing for 5 days, it was believed that he'd been lay undiscovered for 5 days, as supposedly CCTV footage has shown. This comes from The Telegraph. So Dr. Michael Mosley's body lay undiscovered just yards from a beach resort for nearly 5 days. It emerged on Sunday, as his wife said, quote, so very nearly made it to safety. Now, it was said that Dr. Michael Mosley did just go for a walk, just casually on his holiday. He went for a walk along the beach, and something happened while he was out on that walk where nobody knows what happened just yet. But after he obviously didn't come back, his family got concerned, and then he was deemed to be missing and then later deceased. But this video here kind of gets us up to speed on everything that we know so far about the situation.
A search for a missing veteran BBC presenter has ended in tragedy. The body of Dr. Michael Mosley, a British medical journalist and documentary producer, was found on the Greek island of Symi June 9th, 4 days after he vanished during a vacation with his wife. The TV personality was located on a rocky beach in Aegea Marina, according to local officials and state news TV channel ERT. The island's mayor had joined the search efforts, patrolling the coast on a boat with ERT journalists, whose cameraman spotted and filmed what was later determined to be the British presenter's body on the shore. According to Reuters, the mayor said, quote, we analyzed the recorded evidence and it was obvious that it was unfortunately Mosley.
Now, this was confirmed by his wife, of course. When people do pass away, they do get someone in who is close to the relative to confirm the body, and it was confirmed to be Dr. Michael Mosley.
He was found 10 meters away from the sea, 10 to 15 meters from his destination,
so
the
sad.
beach of Aegea Marina, between a fence and a path. A police source tells BBC News Michael had been dead for a few days when he was found. The cause of his death has not been revealed. A medical examiner has ruled out foul play and says Michael did not appear to have injuries on him. An autopsy is pending. Michael, known for shows such as Trust Me, I'm a Doctor, and BBC Radio 4's Just One Thing podcast and diets that advocate intermittent fasting and low carbohydrate meals, disappeared June 5th. He had set off on a walk without his phone while his wife remained on the beach, BBC News says. Hours later, she reported him missing to the police. A search operation involving drones, a helicopter, boats, drivers, and sniffer dogs was then launched, while the Mosley's adult children, Alex, Jack, Dan, and Kate, also soon arrived in Symi. Following news of Michael's death, his wife says in a statement that her husband took the wrong route and, quote, collapsed where he couldn't be easily seen by the extensive search team. Claire adds, per the Associated Press, Michael was an adventurous man. It's part of what made him so special. It's devastating to have lost Michael, my wonderful, funny, kind, and brilliant husband. We had an incredibly lucky life together. We loved each other very much and were so happy together. Michael Mosley was 67 years old.
It's such a shame, obviously, what happened. And of course, you know, sympathies go out to the family in this time. But just to think that someone who was, you know, very aware of their body, being a doctor, you know, advocate for low carbohydrate diets and keto fasting and keto diets and intermittent fasting, all the rest of it, you know, just to have this kind of suddenly happen, just, and also not far from where, like 10 to 15 meters from the beach in which he set out from, is really, it's horrific, to be perfectly honest. Sky News have also obviously made something about it. Now it does come with a trigger warning. The report contains footage of Dr. Mosley being taken away by a recovery team, so please bear that in mind. Fast forward through the video if that's not something that you want to be privy to, but there's your warning.
It was as if the island of Simi fell silent. A man's body was carefully wrapped before being brought down to the shore.
Such a shame.
A 50-meter journey he didn't end up making himself. Greek authorities say the body is that of Michael Mosley, a doctor and health reporter who frequented our airwaves for years. Closely following his body, plastic bags holding his belongings, a cap he was wearing, and his backpack. It brought a somber end to a search that had lasted 4 days and 4 nights, the longest and most unbearable for his family. Today, his wife said, "We're taking comfort in the fact that he so nearly made it. He did an incredible climb, took the wrong route and collapsed where he couldn't be easily seen by the extensive search team." Michael was an adventurous man. It's part of what made him so special. I feel so lucky to have our children and my amazing friends. Most of all, I feel so lucky to have had this life with Michael.
Behind me, that is St Nicholas Beach, where Dr. Mosley started his journey on Wednesday. He then walked towards Pedi Marina, where he was last seen on CCTV. And police believe he carried on walking north, and you can see just how the terrain changes to become much more rocky.
A helicopter had hovered over the area for hours, but failed to spot anything. In the end, it was this local journalist who caught it on camera.
We were a little bit closer, about 200 meters from the shot. I also zoomed in. It was again shaky. I wasn't 100% sure, but I told them, I think there's something there. And with an iPhone, we took a photo and we zoomed. And there was the body. He was laying down with his hand on his belly, the watch, and he's carrying his bag on the other hand.
It was the end nobody had wanted.
I wish I never got the shot and the person was alive. I'm really sorry for the family.
Oh, bless him, man. You can see it, that tore him up there at the end. Bless him, man. God, it really makes you realise that, like, you have to be obviously so careful. Make people aware of where you're going. Make sure you've got your phone on you so that if you do get into any form of trouble. I mean, Michael Mosley, he just went for a walk, man. He just went for a walk. That was all. And it ended up with him, unfortunately, having a 5-day or 4-day, 4-night rescue like search, and then ended up with him passing away. I mean, it's such a shame. But that kind of gets everyone up to speed with what's happened. Of course, at the time of recording, there is no knowing of what's happened. There's no official kind of biopsy about how he passed away. All that's known is that he collapsed while in the rocky terrain and he was unable to get out. Right, that's everything from me today, guys. Thanks for watching. Speak to you later. Peace.